Like, it's like, what are you doing? You could be acing everything. You could be like this, that, and the third, and yada, yada, yada.
I know. And we even incentivize them if they get all A's on their report card, not just one, but if they are all A's, we'll give them some money. And he has not gotten that money yet.
My parents did the same thing.
Did you get money?
My thing was candy. Yeah.
Oh, candy.
Yeah.
The all candy bribe.
Hey.
I swear it still works.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing's changed.
A candy bar. Do you remember Zorro bars?
Yes.
Yeah. And a knee-high.
I don't remember that.
And a knee-high peach. I know it's a weird combination, but yeah, that was my thing back when I was younger. Yeah. Yeah.
I liked a Mr. Goodbar and a cowtail. Do you know what a cowtail is?
Cowtail.
Those things are amazing.
I haven't seen that in years. But that was crazy that wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that story of it. I had no clue that happened.
And I didn't know that you struggled with that.
Holy snap. So I started in private school till my dad had a stroke, and then I went to public school just because of the money situation. And when I was in private school, you better get it done, right? So when I went to public school, you didn't have that type of, it wasn't a small classroom, number one. Number two, the teachers weren't necessarily invested in making sure that you finish your stuff. They give you instructions.
On you.
It's on you.
Which that's the way it needs to be.
Thank you.
It is.
No slouch to, public school teachers and all that good stuff. Kudos. But it's different in public school.
It is. And we're in the generation of helicoptering over all these kids anyway.
True.
And so you can do so much for kids that you end up stealing their self-esteem. And I think that that's part of a lot of, the problem right now.
I agree. Yeah. That self-reliance is suppressed in a way.
It really is. And it's because society is so dangerous at times that you feel like you have to protect them from predators and, all these things that are going on that have always gone on, but just in a different magnitude now with, I think, technology and
absolutely
cameras, like just all of it. Yeah. You just have to be really vigilant.
Yeah.
Well, so a tiny impatience destroys a great plan. I'm going to make it about 20 degrees cooler because this is just a light example. So I recently moved probably 4 years ago. We moved into a home that was built in the 70s. And at the time of the move, and this is just one of those things that just popped into my mind that doesn't really matter, but I want people to understand that these aren't always just life-altering decisions as far as like, ooh, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah. Also,
it's like, you're going to have to live with something. So when we were moving into this home, it was all carpeted, and we have pets and kids, and carpet's just not going to do the trick. Carpet. And so we invested in hardwood floors for this home, 70s built home, and we decided that it was going to help us live a lifestyle of cleanliness and being able just to maintain no stains on the carpet. And so we, in a very big hurry, picked out hardwood floors, had them installed, and moved in. It wasn't until maybe a couple weeks after we moved in that we both realized that we hate the floors we picked out. Because we were impatient. We were like, get it done. We got to move in. Go, go, go. We didn't even look. Somebody brought us one sample and we were like, yeah, fine. Just do it. Sounds good. And now, 4 years later, we're like, we had the perfect opportunity to slow down and pick what we wanted.
Nail it.
And we just went way too fast. And I think when we're talking about maybe a missed career calling or not, things all work out. They do. Yeah. You're happy where you are.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
Thinking about being impatient, whether it's a career calling that was maybe varied or living with hardwood floors, I think the haste makes waste quote really becomes alive. When you start thinking about the things that you're rushing through are usually the things that you're going to have to deal with for a long time.
Yeah. Great points, man. Great points. We live on a globe. Like literally, what comes around goes around.
No, it's true. It's a big old circle.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So impatience, it disrupts plans, and then it leads to these rushed decisions, and it increases stress. And then really what it ultimately does is it hinders your progress. So if I had these, and I don't, but if I had these really lofty aspirations of a showpiece home, I crushed them by my first decision, which was laying hardwood floors that I really dislike.
So did you change the floor?
No, I'm going to live with them. I mean, that's one of those things. And it's a lesson I look at every day.
Remember?
Yes. Remember to slow down. Do you typically do that? Are you a quick decision maker, or do you think through things?
It depends. It depends. I mean, I normally think through things. Rushing production, rushing a script is never a good idea.
Unless you're the Micro Machines man. Do you remember that?
No.
You don't?
Micro Machines?
Micro Machines were these little cars.
Oh.
And if it's not Micro Machines, it's not the real thing.
I got you now.
Now you remember?
Yeah, I got you.
Dust off that part of his brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, remember, or the guy that he did the commercials too. He talked really, really fast. He was like really popular. It just escaped me. You just reminded me of him. but yeah, I remember.
Or the disclaimers at the end of a pharmaceutical commercial. Wow.
That's one of the reasons I don't do commercials.
Hey, like sometimes Alvin and the Chipmunks at the end there.
Sometimes you can do that on the production side.
Yeah.
You can just speed it up.
I assume that's what they always do,
sometimes,
right?
Some people actually do it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, one of my coaches he nails it. I don't know if he still does it or not, but he used to nail it. Like Dan Friedman, he radio imaging is what he does, right? And he does it himself. I'm not quite sure if he still does it or not.
Wow.
Because he's more on the production side now, but yeah. Now it takes practice.
And every word is clear, and he's not tripping over it. Wow.
Crisp.
That is amazing.
And he's a beast, man.
He should be an attorney. He could get things by a lot of people.
Prosecution arrest.
Well, so I used to pride myself on the fact that I could make a quick decision. And it's just with everything else, I think it's muscle memory.
True.
Because that is what I want to do every time. I have a really hard time slowing down and actually thinking through the implications of a decision. Mm-hmm. And I think part of that is almost overinflated confidence as a leader. I don't think about some of the things that can happen if I'm making a quick decision. And so I think that having a team around me that can say, hey, what about this? Or have you thought about that? Is really powerful for me, for somebody like me.
You know what you just made me think of? A chess game.
Yes.
Because you need pieces.
Yes.
You need pieces around you to make sure that you accomplish your goal, win the game. Yeah. So you're the chess player and you're moving pieces in a particular order. Yeah.
And one faulty move can take out the game.
Checkmate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Checkmate. Look at your hardwood floors.
See? Wrong move.
Well, another thing is that you can miss opportunities.
Oh man!
By going too quickly.
Yes.
You take the first thing that comes in front of you, and then you pan out, and you've missed a lot of really cool opportunities to make a different type of decision, which can lead to an entirely different outcome.
Wow! People that you meet, people that you lost, people. I mean, there's a lot of connections with that.
It's true. And then just unexpected opportunities in some of the connections. Mm-hmm. To me, making a decision too fast leads to increased stress.
Yeah.
All the way around. Because if you're quick to make a decision, you're probably quick to an outcome.
Podcast is brought to you by the historic Roy Hill in Clemens, North Carolina. The opinions and thoughts presented on this podcast are that of Kristin, Tim, and their guests alone. Our goal is to bring positive motivation through real-life experiences and training as business professionals. Thank you for listening.